Welcome to Pure Navi. I am here with my son, Sammy. Sammy, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
So we're actually recording this episode in a beautiful podcast studio in Miami. Is it pretty neat here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So there will be audio and video for this episode. So we're going to continue our journey into Shmuel Alef. Last time we went and we learned about who Shmuel was. Do you remember who he was?
Yeah, he was a leader,
Yeah.
and he was a person who I'm named after.
He is. Your middle name is named after Shmuel. So we call you Sammy. This is Shmuel. Mm-hmm. So we learned in the last episode that he becomes a great leader. He starts having Nevuah, which is prophecy. What's prophecy?
Like when he talks face to face.
That's right. Hashem talks face to face with him. He calls him on the phone. He's like, yo, Shmuel, got to tell you something. Tell everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we learned that the Jewish people come to Shmuel and they say, hey, listen, you're getting older. Your sons aren't really leaders. We don't really have a leader. We want a king. And Hashem was like, this is not a good idea. But Shmuel says, listen, they really, really, really want it. And he says, okay, fine. If you really want a king, you want to be like everybody else, I will say yes. And let's see what happens. All right? Mm-hmm. So let's start finding who is the next king of Israel.
I thought they already had one.
Oh, they do. They do. Who's their king?
Hashem.
Hashem is their king. That's right. So they want an earthly king. They want to be like everyone else. Let's see what happens to Bnei Yisrael. You think it's a good idea?
Nope.
We'll find out. So we're going to start off in chapter 9 in Shmuel Alef. So there's a guy called Shaul, and he is from Shevet Binyamin. And Binyamin is the youngest of all the 12 tribes. He was the only one of the 12 tribes that was born in Eretz Yisrael. So that's why Hashem picked a king from Shevet Binyamin to give them the honor of having the first king of Bnei Yisrael. So Shaul goes searching one day for his dad's lost donkeys. They get lost, and he's out in the fields trying to find them. Before he gives up his search, one of his assistants say, I see Shmuel, the Navi, coming from a distance, like way off in the distance. He's like, hey, look, hold on one second. Don't give up looking for your donkeys. Shmuel Hanavi is coming here. Pretty neat. Maybe we can ask him where the donkeys are, is what his assistant said to him. You think that's what a Navi does?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. So his assistant tells Shaul to go over there to that city and ask for Shmuel. Try to find him. So the people in the city are waiting for Shmuel to come so they can come and give them a blessing over their foods. And Hashem tells Shmuel that there is going to be a great man coming to this city.
Who is it?
It's Shaul. So he tells Shmuel, hey, prophecy, Nevuah, call you up. A really great guy is coming to this city. His name is Shaul. Okay, fine.
Was everybody excited?
I don't think anyone else knew except for Shmuel. Hashem told him. He gave him Nevuah. So Shmuel ends up figuring out who this guy Shaul is. And he goes, okay, this is the guy Hashem was telling. Hashem gave him some hints of who it was. And Shmuel makes a huge feast in this city. All of a sudden, he's like, everyone bring all the food you can. Bring all your kugel, all your babka, everything that you got. We're going to make a huge feast, okay? And he puts Shaul, this guy he just met, at the head of the table. And he goes to him. He's like, Shaul, I'm going to hint to you. The reason I'm giving you this huge, huge, huge dinner out of like literally nowhere, and the reason I'm putting you at the head of the table is because I think Hashem wants to make you king of Bnei Yisrael. Isn't that a nice way to be a king?
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. So Shaul spends the whole night talking with Shmuel on the rooftop. They go up to the rooftops of the city, and they're just talking all night, back and forth.
Why the rooftop?
Why the rooftop? That's a good question. We should find that out, and then we can post the answer in the comments. I'm sure there's a reason, because there always is. So Shmuel tells Shaul, listen, send your assistant home. Send him home. We got some important work to do, okay? All right, what's going to happen? So the next chapter, chapter 10, Shmuel privately turns to Shaul and says, Hashem wants you to be king. And he takes oil and he pours it over his head. And that's how we used to make someone a king. Can you imagine?
That's crazy.
Coming into the house and you're like, you're going to be my king. And you take a bottle of oil and pour it over your head.
That's like so crazy. Why would anybody want that to even happen to them, for a bottle of oil to literally get spilled on them?
Well, what's so important about olives? What do we know about olives?
Do
we know how they get oil out of them?
Yeah. By squeezing them.
That's right, we crush them. So the olive reminds us that if we really want to become who we are, we have to make sure that we don't make ourselves this big ego. We don't think we're the greatest king or the greatest person in the world. We really, really, really refine ourselves. And that's a way of saying to be able to take all that big, heavy stuff and just bring it down to exactly who we are, our neshamas, connected to Hashem. And that's what a king needs to be. You can't think you're the greatest. You have to know who you are and become small like an olive that makes one drop of oil. Okay. Shmuel tells Shaul there's going to be 3 things that's going to happen through the day, okay? Ready? Mm-hmm. You're going to remember these with me?
Yeah.
Okay, put your fingers up so you don't forget. Okay? Number 1, this is how you're going to know that you're meant to be king of the Jewish people, okay? Number 1, Shaul meets 3 men who tell him not to worry about his donkeys, okay? Put your finger up for not worrying about your donkey. Hold it up. Number 2, Shaul comes across 3 men who give him presents, okay? Donkeys. Don't worry about your donkeys. 3 men that give him presents.
Yeah.
And number 3 is Hashem gives you Nevuah, gives you prophecy. All right, can you remember all those 3? Number 1.
Don't worry about the donkeys. 3 men are going to give you presents and prophecy.
Okay, very good. High five. You got it. So there are some local prophets in that city, and all of a sudden are amazed that Shaul starts receiving prophecy. They're like, wait, hold on, who are you? We're prophets. You're getting prophecy? Who are you? Shaul's uncle, he comes to see, where has Shaul been this whole time? You're meant to be going finding the donkeys for your dad. Where have you been? And Shaul does not tell his uncle that he is now the king of Bnei Yisrael. So he was really humble at that time. Can you know what humble means?
Yeah, like, it's hard to explain. I can't.
Can you think of somewhere in Torah that something or someone was humble?
Har Sinai.
Har Sinai, that's right. Accepted the Torah, even though it was small and little, right? So Shaul started feeling, I know I can accept being the king, and I'm not going to be like, ha, I'm king, everybody bow down to me. No.
That's basically teasing.
That is, and that's thinking you're better than everybody. Can't have a king who thinks he's better than everyone, otherwise he'll treat people pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shmuel tells everyone, all of a sudden he goes, okay, everyone, guess what? You all wanted a king? This guy right here, Shaul, he is your new king. And everyone claps and they're so excited. Yay, we got a king. We're so happy. This is amazing. Most of the Jewish people, though, do accept Shaul as a king, although there are some people that are not sure if he really should be the king.
Wait, what? Why?
They were not sure if he was truly the right person to be the king. And they had questions about him. So let's find out on next week's episode what happens to Shaul. He's now king. He's got some people that are like, yay, we're finally happy. We got a king. Awesome. Palace. Cool. Crown. Great. And some people are like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, we don't know if he's the right guy. Okay? So we will continue on our next episode. Thanks, Sammy, for being here.
You're welcome.
See you next time. Thank you.